Hello, I am Lamisile Pamela Ngubane, and this is the Entity Dynamics podcast. Entity Dynamics is a culture development consultancy where we believe that culture creates behavior and behavior creates reality. So, the title of this video is Doing What We Do to the Best of Our Ability and in Our Own Unique Way. So, it's a very long title, but it is what it is. And the reason I'm making this video is because I think we tend to feel like when we are trying to make our mark on the earth and have the impact that we wish to have, we feel called and driven to have. We feel like, oh, someone's already doing what I'm doing. Someone's already done this thing. What's the point? So first of all, the reason why you shouldn't think like that is because you, as a sacred being, an eternal spiritual being here on earth, living an incarnation as a human, you are unique. You have your own unique frequency, your own unique way of doing things. Like, for example, scientists, they've taken human DNA and they've put it through a computer and sequenced it as a light and a sound frequency, and it emits light and sound, and every emission is unique, just the same way as each human being has a unique set of fingerprints. Even identical twins, they don't have the same, we are all highly, highly unique, as much as we may just see ourselves as just part of the huge family of human beings, but we're unique, just the same way like as each leaf on a tree is unique. They look the same when you're looking at them, but they each are unique, and they each photosynthesize in their own way and contribute to the life of the tree, and when they fall off, because the seasons have changed and they've played their purpose for that season, the tree remembers them. The tree is nourished by them and continues to grow with what each leaf contributed to the growth of the tree. So similarly, each of us as human beings, we're here to contribute our own unique frequency, our own unique light, our own unique vibration to the world, to the cosmos, to life as it is, And so you shouldn't think that just because someone else has become a painter, that there's so many paintings in the world that no one's really going to care if another person comes and does art and paints pictures. You are going to paint them in your own way, and you're going to contribute to the beauty, the aesthetic beauty of this planet in your own way. Same with if you want to be a neurosurgeon, you're going to be your own kind of neurosurgeon. Maybe you'll discover something new about the human brain and the nervous system. Similarly, like an artist, you could discover a new way of expressing yourself, a new way of mixing paint. I don't know. There's always something that we each can and do contribute, and I think also, we get caught up in this duality of like, oh, it's been done before. What could I possibly contribute that's new? Who will care, right? And and then we also have this idea, like this duality of, if I'm not the best, if I'm not like celebrated as the top notch, the best, then what's the point? What value have I added? Does it mean I'm not good enough? Does it mean what I've contributed isn't good enough? That I haven't become a celebrity in my field, So I think, we think in these extremes because we are in a world that is governed by duality thinking. It's always either or in our society. And yet it can be both. It can be both. You can be doing something that everyone has done and still do it in a unique way. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't mean that if you want to leave your mark, you need to do something extreme, far out, something no one's ever done, because what you do, you will do it in your own unique way. irrespective, So, to illustrate this, if you look at, for example, an orchestra, right? So there's, for me, one of the best pieces of orchestral music is Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. And, this is a symphony that was written like over 200 years ago by Beethoven. And when it's performed today, it's a very good example of this duality that we need to overcome, and see that actually each side of the duality forms the whole that contributes to life, right? So here's a piece of music written by someone else. Other people play it, right? And other people have played it and played it extremely well. There's people who've made their whole careers around Beethoven's music, right? And yet, each person who comes with each successive generation of musicians who play his music, they each understand him in their own way, and they each express his music in their own way. Each conductor experiences this Ninth Symphony in their own way. Some are completely obsessed with the first movement and the first few notes of the first movement, obsessed, and then others are obsessed with the choral aspect of the fourth movement. Some are totally in love with the third movement, right? And then each member of the orchestra plays the instrument in their own way. And each time they practice the song, they learn something new about it. 200-year-old piece of music. And, when they perform it in front of an audience, each audience member experiences it in their own way. And audiences, since its premiere to today, experience it in their own way, right? And so you see that, as King Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. Yes. But at the same time, we each experience and express and perform those things in our own unique way. And in that way, we contribute to the evolution of the human consciousness and imagination, and to the universe itself. We emit our frequency. And, the highest frequency you can emit is when you are being your own unique self to the best of your ability. And so, just also, if you look at Beethoven himself, he was a huge fan of Mozart. And he could have said, oh, Mozart, he's the best. What's the point of me even trying, But he didn't do that, right? He saw himself as also having something to contribute. And he did his thing. He did his music, and he was incredible, And they say, like, he was totally deaf when he composed the Ninth Symphony. And, when it premiered, he was the conductor of the symphony orchestra that performed it. And then at the end of it, he had to be turned around by either an audience member or one of the orchestra members. I don't remember. So that he could see the auditorium full of people standing up in ovation to his incredible contribution to music, to human culture, to human civilization, So we all have something to contribute. And like I said in my last video, that beautiful dream that God has put into your heart, that is your mission. That's your mission. When you do that to the best of your ability in your own way, you are going to uplift all of civilization, all of humanity, and the whole creation as well. Like it says in Ubuntu, umuntu ungumuntu ngabantu. A person is because of and through other people, So when we are doing what we do in our own unique way to the best of our ability, we cause other people to experience a higher level of functionality and vibration, and we give them permission to do the same. And this is how we bring the energy of heaven down to earth. We make life beautiful here by being our true, authentic selves. And you are sacred. I am sacred. We are beautiful. Okay, there's one creator who's fantastically beautiful. And so when we live our truth, we express the beauty of the creator. So please, take yourself seriously, be good to yourself, love yourself, and do your thing in your own way and to the best of your ability. Bye.